Three, two, one.
Classic League Podcast time!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode... Dude, I fucking hit the wrong button. We're just going to start the episode right here. Classic League Podcast time! We're just gonna...
The tree branch.
Yeah, it is.
Terrifying.
It is storming out at my house right now. Sorry for that wonky intro. Meant to unmute, muted the wrong thing. How you doing, man? My name's Scott. This is Classic Elite. This is Kevin. What's up?
Wow, episode 348. I'm good. How are you?
344?
344?
I just want to get into the episode. This intro is driving me crazy. So we just got to get onto it. So how you doing, man? It's been a couple of weeks since we've done a video game podcast.
It has. I'm good. Hey, guess what?
What?
Oh, shit. This is one of those beer cans that are hard to open.
Is it a nitro or something?
We're opening the Stage 3 in Ontario on Friday.
Hey! Does that mean you can like go inside and eat and stuff?
Yes. Also, we're in Stage 2 right now, so I got a haircut. Look at it.
Yes, it's very short. Looks good.
Right?
Looks good.
It's nice. I don't have any hair in my eyes or anything. Yeah, we're going to Stage 3 on Friday. And, like, I don't know what that means. It's awesome. I'm just, movie theaters are opening, gyms are opening, and other stuff. So, because we're in Stage 2, I didn't know what to do with my life. So, I went with my daughter to, there's a music store down the street called Long McQuaid.
Okay.
And I wanted to show her, like, guitars and stuff. I wanted to get her into guitars. And so, we had to wait in line. And then the person's like, what are you looking for? And I'm like, don't say browsing. Don't say browsing. I'm like, strings? So she's like, yeah, guitar, acoustic or electric? And I'm like, don't say acoustic. Don't say acoustic. Acoustic? She's like, all right, go upstairs. I was like, fuck, I wanted to show her the electric guitars. So I went upstairs to the acoustics and didn't really let us like play with anything because I just kind of wanted it's in and out.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, guess I'm buying some acoustic strings that I don't need right now. So they guilted me into buying acoustic strings and this little thingy that wind the guitar.
Yeah.
It's like a cheap one.
Yeah.
So I bought acoustic strings and then I went home. I didn't need them. It's like $15. I didn't need. I just didn't know how to say no. Wait in line for so long. So yeah, I got acoustic strings. I restrung my guitar. It's actually over here. It's all like
It looks good.
I gotta trim it and all that. And I started rocking out my guitar, my acoustic, for the first time in a very long time. So I'm very happy about that.
Fresh strings will do that to you. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is so twangy. Play once, and then it's all out of tune again. Fuck.
I saw a tip on YouTube a while ago where if you you can bend the string like away from the fretboard a little bit to try to like stretch it out.
Oh, that works.
Oh, well, if you take your finger and kind of twist it just a smidge, it's kind of hard to show on here, but it does a great job of like just stretching the string out really nicely, so it holds tune like really really well out of the gate.
I gotta trim the wires though.
You don't ever stretch the strings. You just tune it up, play a couple times, and retune it and play a couple times.
Yeah, especially now since tuners are on our phones, I would have killed for this back in the day.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
I had to carry like a little harmonic.
Yeah.
Me. Now I can just get a freaking guitar tuner on my phone and just play it to that.
That's
nice.
Nice.
Amazing. Talk. Go ahead.
Yeah,
talk.
I would actually recommend. I would recommend, and they're like $15, man. They're not cost prohibitive. The little clips that you put on the headstock of the guitar. Have you seen those? They have these little clips that are like a gauge. I don't know what you call it. A meter?
Oh.
What do you call the tuning machines?
A tuner.
A tuner? Yeah, they've got little tuners that you put on the top of your guitar, and it just clips on
really?
the headstock. It's way better and way more accurate than your phone.
Oh, well, I'm sure it is, but it does the trick. This is one, Weird Al, right? And we're going to talk about video games very soon. Weird Al does this one video. I forgot what it's called, but in the video, it's like you don't know me, you don't love me like you used to, I think it's called. And he's like, the music's playing in the background. He picks up his guitar. He does this. He tunes it. And he does, and then puts it back down before he starts playing anything. And I love doing that at parties. So I'll go to like when there used to be parties. I'll go there and I'm like, oh, cool, guitar. And like, you play? I'm like, yeah. I'll pick it up and I'll like tune it, ding, 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 ding. And I'm like, oh, getting all ready. I'm just in the background. No one's really watching me, right? And then they'll all like look at me and I'm like, and I'll pick it up and put it right back in the guitar stand. And people are just like, what the fuck? I'm not gonna play in front of people.
You were truly made for Twitter.
I fucking hate Twitter.
You're a troll in real life.
TikTok is eating my life. People keep sending me TikToks.
Dude, at least like it's not as rage inducing as Twitter.
No, it's not. I just don't want it. I like TikTok. I know what's gonna happen. I'm already on my phone. Yeah, I'm already on my phone more than I want to be. Daddy, like, daughter, please. I'm on Twitter right now. Yeah. I have to focus on this instead.
I have to argue.
Anyways, how are you?
How are you? I'm good. There was a little storm rolling through. I was concerned that I was going to lose power. If that happened, we might try on Thursday. That would have been it.
We had a storm running through today too. It was pretty nice.
I'm good. It was the 4th of July recently here in the States. I played a bunch of golf that week, which was nice. Not very well, but I got to play a bunch, so it was cool to be outside a whole lot. That's kind of it. We had a kind of a lighter week last week at the second job, so yeah.
I like how Canada Day is like 3 days before July 4th, because Canada Day was on.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the first, right?
And then July 4th is on. Well, July 4th. And I love when that happens because most of my clients at work are American, so that means it's another holiday for me.
Yeah,
like, no one bothers me. They'll call me the next day, be like, "Hey, we're missing money." I'm like, "You were closed. You were closed. There's no money. Store was closed, and you guys take like 5 days off for your holidays. It's amazing." It's like, yeah, Monday's a holiday, so we're gonna be off Wednesday.
That's
like, okay.
That's not true. Not where I work, anyways. Not anywhere I've ever worked. We get like a bonus Monday, like if the 4th of July falls on a Saturday or Sunday, like it did today.
Yeah, we get.
Sometimes they'll give us that Friday or Monday, but that's about it. It's not. No,
like I have to work.
We have like I want to say something. We have like the worst like average days off, like paid days off, like in the world or something crazy like that.
We have
bad work culture in the U.S.
I had to work a holiday. We had to work a holiday in my work, so I chose Canada Day because it lands on a Thursday. So because it's like it's not a long weekend. Like what do I need Thursday off? Who cares?
Yeah.
What I didn't know was that people took off Friday as well. So I was like the only one in the office for like 2 days. I'm like, fuck, really shot myself with this one. Anyways, video games. Short news week of news on this week of news because
it's not a lot of news.
It's just the way the cookie crumbles in this industry.
Well, it's always before COVID and all that, this was kind of the dead period, right? Because the new Madden's not out yet, and that usually how it worked. It was like August or something.
And E3 already happened.
Maybe the new Madden is out actually, but wasn't it like always August that like shit like really picked up like news wise and whatnot? Am I wrong?
Not after E3. After E3 is just kind of like, and then you just.
That's my point. Like it's not until August that it picks up again.
No. Oh, not until August.
Yes.
Let me get that headphone in my ear there.
Yeah.
There we go. I can hear you now. Testing 1 2. Me.
Yeah. Well, if that's not what I said, that's what I meant. So, Zarek, what's up, dude? Thank you for stopping by and making sure the recording was working. Always appreciate it. Sir. We'll see you, buddy. Everyone go check out Zarek Gaming, XEARRIK on YouTube and Twitch. I don't watch Twitch, so I always forget that people are mostly over there.
I forget that Twitch exists.
Yeah.
I was telling you off the air. I'm old new. Like I'm
an elder millennial.
I don't understand.
A geriatric millennial. That's my favorite term for
That's pretty good.
Geriatric millennial.
Like I don't understand Twitch. I don't get TikTok.
I get Twitch. I understand Twitch. I get it. It's just not. I get why people love soccer. I don't like to watch it that much. Although
it's not for me.
But you get it.
It should be I get it, but I'm like, I don't. Like, I'll play someone on Rocket League, and then they'll be like, check out my Twitch channel. And I'm like, I'm going to check out this motherfucker's Twitch channel.
I've done that before. Okay. Like, I was playing Knockout with somebody, and their username was a Twitch thing. And so I had
hear what they say about you.
I got in his chat, was like, hey, what's up? I'm Scooter. I'm like, I'm Scooter. He's like, oh, what up, man? He's like, fuck that other guy. And I'm like, yeah. It was fun. Every now and again, it's kind of fun.
I was like, yeah, we're just playing Rocket League together. He's like, did we win? I'm like, oh, we won. Oh, we won. And I chatted with him. I subscribed to his Twitch, and I never went back.
Oh, Zarek, we do have the Nickelodeon Smash Brothers game on on the news. So
yes, we do.
I haven't read the article, so I'm gonna have to lean on Kevin to help me out.
Well, I got you, homie. Don't worry. I got your All-Star Nickelodeon. Don't worry about that.
I guess F1 for new releases, though. I guess F1 2021 is getting pretty good reviews. Do you think that's a Codemaster game?
I don't know. I like Codemaster. They made that Grid game. It's an EA game.
It is It is a Codemaster game.
Yeah, Grid was fun, especially on the DS. Believe it or not, fall games because you can make your own tracks. It was cool.
There was a F1 game from Codemasters I had played on 3DS that I hated. It was It was one of the first games I got for review where I was like, "Oh, I don't like talking shit about people's games. Like, I hate this game. Why do I have to spend time making a video?"
Yeah. Oh yeah. You guys have videos. See, I was all about the text.
That was smart. That was on the tail end of it, though. That barely exists anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, Worms Rumble. I'm not. Excuse me.
Where the heart.
Have you ever been much of a Worms guy? I think we've talked about this, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I like in theory the game, but I don't ever want to play it again.
Yeah, I don't like.
I remember playing it as a kid, but that was about it.
I'm okay at it. I'm always matched up against somebody that knows it too well, also, and like.
Yeah, I like the idea of it. I think, but I don't want to play it.
Ease 9. I don't know. Monstrum Nox. I don't know if this is like a new. I thought they were past 9, so I don't know what that is. Also, Modern Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin. I don't know if that's an expansion.
That's for the Switch, which is surprising because the Switch can handle Monster Hunter. Again, that's one of those games I heard great things about, and I'm scared to play because you need to play with people.
Yeah,
it's one of those games.
Well, just Modern Hunter in general is a little too methodical.
There's 400 items. Ah!
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, they're like too big for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not a ton, I guess, that's jumping out to us.
Well, Doki Doki Literature Club Plus is coming out. Not to get mixed up with Doki Doki Panic, which is... Did you know that Doki Doki Panic was Super Mario 2 in Japan? We all know that. We all
know this, yes.
What's that face? What are you doing?
Divinity Original Sin. Do you know what that game is, by chance?
Oh, I'm actually talking about Doki Doki Literature Club.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Do you know what
I thought the bit was done.
No, I'm actually want to talk about this.
Oh, okay.
Being a gaming podcast, if you will. Have you ever played?
I was going to talk about a game. No, I don't. I have no idea. I have no idea what Literature Club is. It does have good reviews. I'm not being a dickhead. I am interested.
Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. What's it called? Yeah.
Yes.
Plus is a game.
No colons.
It's free right now. You can get it on Steam, I think. And I've always known the game as free, and I've heard great things about this game eons ago, like years ago. So I tried it, and I was like, oh, it's one of those visual novel games that the anime character is like, and has like text.
The number one psychological horror experience.
I wouldn't go that far, but it is one of those anime. Konnichiwa, like one of those games with the voices and the what that means hello. So I tried it, and then it got to like a weird poem part, and I'm like, you know what? I'm good. It's not my kind of game.
But you get to write poems for your crush, and then erase any mistakes along the way.
Words from a list.
You get to ensure your perfect ending, though.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
So I tried to say goodbye. It's a Macy Gray song. I tried the game, and wow, you're so unimpressed with that. And I didn't like it. So then I watched Markiplier.
Okay,
that's right. I watched a YouTuber play the game, and it looked intriguing. But I had fun watching him play because I didn't have the patience to do that myself.
Well, now's your chance to discover why Doki Doki Literature Plus is one of the most beloved psychological horror games of the decade.
It's not, but it's now available. But you can get it for free. So here's two options for y'all: free,
or
probably $60 on Nintendo Switch. Free, probably $60 on Nintendo Switch. If I were you, I'd get it for the Switch because this way it's portable.
But there's also new features and content exclusive.
It's a but who cares? Anyways, if you're into like anime visual novels, you do you. What were you asking me before? Wise?
Divinity Original Sin. Did you recognize the name of that game at all?
Not at all. It's an iOS game.
Well, that's what. That's why I'm talking about it. It's a big it's a PC game that's like a really in depth, almost like a Diablo kind of loot grinder game, but like more in depth.
Cool.
But
then go ahead.
okay, so there's a sequel. Kevin, why the hell is this like PC game got a Metacritic score of 98 on iOS? Is what I want to try to figure out.
Well, have you played it?
Divinity Original Sin? No.
On the iOS? Well, I guess you'll never know.
All right, we can move on.
It's that good.
I don't want to talk about it either.
Just like Doki Doki Literature Club Plus is this #1 psychological horror experience. Have you played Silent Hill 2? It's pretty good. It's pretty good psychological horror experience.
Silent Hill, but it's not a novel.
It's not a novel, but they didn't say psychological horror novel.
They did.
They said experience. You missed one of the most important games here, and I'm kind of disgusted.
Let me see if I can scroll through. And you're not like, all right. Somebody out there listening, hopefully, is like as caught off guard as I am, seeing Divinity Original Sin 2 getting a 98.
Have you played it? What if you play it and you're like,
okay,
it's 98. Absolutely.
I guess part of what has it so shocking to me is it's a very deep inventory system as well.
Yeah.
And I guess I could see that getting kind of irritating on iOS. But it's getting a 98, so they've had to have addressed all of these things. That's crazy. I'm going to have to go watch Markiplier play it.
There we go.
Green Hell? No, I never heard of that.
No.
Scarlet Nexus, that wouldn't be it.
Oh, come on. You don't know me at all.
Legend of Mana.
It's available on the Xbox One. Come on.
Hold on.
Come on. I'm so psyched about it. I'm so psyched. Okay, if I tell you any hints, it's going to throw
Curve
it off.
Space?
You got it. No, I have no idea what that is.
Oh, Space Jam.
Oh, come on and jam. And welcome to the jam.
No, I'm sorry.
Come on and jam. Yep, we're going to jam. I own the soundtrack. And every time someone new gets hired at my work, I go, here, you're going to need this. And I lent them the soundtrack to Space Jam every single time. And then my car got broken into and they took everything.
Did you?
But they left Space Jam soundtrack there in my in the car holder. Not the car holder, the
console, center console thingy.
The door.
Oh,
was there. They took my McDonald's coupons, but they left my Space Jam soundtrack. What kind of monster does that, right? That's the first thing I would take. I'm so stoked for this movie. And
why?
Not in an ironic sense.
I know.
I love Space Jam. Like with my heart. Like I had the toys, I had a blanket.
So unlikable.
Didn't care about him. They didn't care about Michael Jordan.
I cared about Michael Jordan. That's why I wanted to watch it. It wasn't fucking Bugs Bunny.
It was Bugs Bunny for me.
No, I wanted to see Muggsy Bogues.
To see Bugs Bunny on the big screen.
I already saw that.
Mind blowing.
No, it wasn't.
Kid I'm talking about.
I saw him as a kid.
Where?
Fucking Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Saw that right in the theater.
That's because you're old.
With fucking Mickey.
This was made me do my Mickey impression. Anyways, I really have a soft spot on my heart for Space Jam. I literally had the toys, all of them. I had the Space Jam blanket with a giant cartoon Michael Jordan on my bedspread, and it was weird because he's never a cartoon in the movie. He's always live action. But mine was a cartoon.
He was a cartoon, I think, in that. Was he in that cartoon, something All-Stars? With like Wayne Gretzky and Bo Jackson and Michael Jordan? Wasn't that it?
No, it was
Bo Jackson,
Brett Hall,
Wayne Gretzky. No,
Wayne Gretzky.
No, it was Wayne Gretzky. I think it was Jordan.
I don't remember.
All right, sorry.
Anyways, I love it, and I can't wait for the second one. I waited a long time for a new Space Jam, and I like the way they look. It looks a little Ready Player One, but I'm okay with that. I like being pandered to, so I'm okay with that. And I like the way they look in 3D. They actually look good. They look really good. And I played the Space Jam game. I don't know if I could talk about it now or I could talk about it after. Makes no difference to me.
You can talk about it after I confirm that Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, and Bo Jackson were in Pro Stars.
Pro Stars, yeah. I remember that, Joe.
You do?
Oh, yeah, of course I remember that show.
What was it, Canadian?
They were like superheroes in a
Yeah.
way. They come to the rescue with their hockey stick. Was it Michael Jordan? I can't remember who it was. Anyways, I'll talk about Space Jam: New Legacy. So, what kind of game do you think this is?
It should be an NBA Jam game. I'm guessing it's not because of the way you're asking the question.
Correct. I
Okay.
thought it was like an NBA Jam with like whatever, but it's a beat 'em up. It's a side scroller beat 'em up, and you can choose between
Metacritic
bugs.
also is disappointed in that choice. It appears.
Of what choice? Oh, what they give it?
The genre. It's a 51.
Oh yeah, it's a beat 'em up. All beat 'em ups are 51s. It's Bugs, LeBron, or Lola. You can choose, and I don't know who LeBron is. So I chose Bugs because Lola will do some stuff for me. It's 8-bit graphics or 16-bit maybe, and it's a beat 'em up. And I didn't expect that. And I play like 4 levels and go, wow, beat 'em ups sure are repetitive, and it's cool. And it's on Game Pass.
Would
and
you
I
play
don't know if it's gonna be
this or
Go ahead.
Streets of Rage 4 if you had to play one of these for the
this.
next hour?
It's fucking Space Jam. Are you kidding me? It's Space Jam.
But it's got
2021.
LeBron.
Who's that? Does Streets of Rage have Bugs Bunny in it?
No, but it doesn't
Okay.
have LeBron. So
Who's that? I don't know what that is. But yeah, I'm psyched for this movie. This is gonna be the first movie I watch in theaters. The last movie I watched in theaters before COVID hit was Sonic. So then all my movies are gonna be like live action mixed with cartoons.
I
So
think
that's
mine
gonna
might have
be
been
big.
John Wick 3.
Really? There's a part 3?
Yeah, it's good. Of course.
Good.
Of course it's good. Dude, there's a
Um,
scene where he like takes on a dude on a motorcycle while he's on a fucking horse. I love John
Nice.
Wick. They're so
I
stupid.
gotta watch that.
It's fun. There's really good knife fights in this one, in the third one. It's cool.
But yes, so the Space Jam game is free on Game Pass, and I actually say
Oh, it is?
free
Okay, I'll try it now.
because
I'm sorry.
I say free because it makes you download it in a separate window, like a perk they call it.
Oh, weird. Okay.
So it's like free. Like I think if you're done with Game Pass, you still own the game.
Oh, interesting. Cool.
It's an advertising game. Let's be
Sure.
open here. So
If
I
it's
know what
good,
it
I'm
is.
totally cool with ad games.
It's a beat 'em up. It's a fun beat 'em up. Think Battletoads, but not Battletoads.
I like the animation I'm seeing a lot. Like,
yeah.
they don't do the hard cell shaded stuff. Like, they're not
No,
going
it's
with
16-bit. It's like old school.
and they don't all have like, not Babs Bunny, but you know the equivalent of whatever she is.
Lola. Let's
Lola.
have some respect here, boy.
She like doesn't have like black lines around her character, which is cool. It gives it a really nice aesthetic, almost like a
Yeah.
Hyperlight Drifter in a way.
Like I didn't hate it. When I'm playing it, I didn't hate it. I
It
was
looks
just like,
it looks neat. I'm digging the way
it's
it looks for
repetitive,
sure.
like a side scroller
Sure.
should be. So yeah, go check it out. You have no reason not to. It's
Cool,
free.
cool, cool.
Game Pass. And that's all the games that I can see that was worth coming out or talking about.
All right, so I guess now it's time to talk about what is in the news.
Dun, 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 dun. Was I on? Key on
That was fucking dead nuts. I wish you wouldn't have asked. Like you would have made it all the way through. That was the best one that we had in a long time.
Oh, I couldn't keep that up. I was thinking of when the button was pressed to. I had a lot of calculations happening in my brain just now.
That was excellent, man. We haven't had a good one like that in a while.
So, PlayStation Plus games. I'm gonna start with that because it's the oldest news, and I like talking about PlayStation Plus games. For those who don't have PlayStation Plus, can now have PlayStation Plus games. So, PlayStation Plus games for July is Call of Duty Black Ops 4, and I was like, what? I like the storylines in the Call of Duty games. I like Black Ops, and I downloaded this game with glee, like on Christmas morning, only to find a big piece of shit wrapped up because
Really?
it's only the multiplayer, no story.
Oh,
Yeah, that was exactly my response. I'm like, 400 gigs later, starts. Multiplayer? No, story. Multiplayer. No, I want story. We got you, multiplayer. Get out of here. So that's free. I don't know why you would play Black Ops 4 multiplayer when Call of Duty has Warzone free, right? Free to play?
yeah.
Like, what's the difference? Why would you pay for one?
I'm sure it's a lot like music genre. Once you're that, excuse me. Once you're that like into it, like the nuances, the differences are probably huge, but to us they are identical. Like what is the difference? So I don't know. There's got to be though, right? One is massively popular and one is not anymore. I could have sworn this campaign was maybe it was Advanced Warfare or something. I'm thinking of. I don't know. Every now and again, I'd say about every second, 2 or 3 of these, like they get really good reviews, and I don't know if this is one of those or not.
No, the Call of Duty is a great franchise. It is. I know it's fun to hate on it, but it's a great franchise. They work really hard on it. It always looks visually stunning, and the stories are usually very interesting, and multiplayer is always fun. Yeah, it's fun to hate on it, but it is a good game. I forgot the point of the story. Stay out of my closet is the point of my story. All right.
I used to say like they're mostly like good, and for some reason,
I remember I had Modern Warfare 3 to review back in the day, and I gave it like a 9 out of 10.
Sure, because
they're like, oh, it's of course, but they're like, oh, people were like pissed off at me for giving me a 9 because they said the game sucked. I'm like, it doesn't suck though. It's really good. Like it's fun. It's like Assassin's Creed. It's not for me, but it's good.
The only one I remember people hating, like just calling it terrible, was the Ghost.
Ghost sucked.
But they're either considered like excellent, like 90s in Metacritic or whatever, or very good. I don't remember other than Ghost one getting just trashed, but it seems like every second or third one you'll see like every reviewer. It's on all the game of the way.
Yeah. Like Modern Warfare 2 to me is still like the best one. I love Modern Warfare 2.
That's too bad. Too bad it's just the multiplayer. But WWE 2K Battlegrounds, that looks...
Holy. Go ahead. What are you going to say? That looks what?
Well, based on just the cover, because that's all I know about it, looks fun.
Right. It looks fun.
Is it trash?
It looks fun. It is one of the worst games I've ever played in my life.
Oh, no.
So I was like, hey, why the fuck not? Let me try this out, right?
Sure.
So this is another game I played. I downloaded it, and it's like the collection, like the roster is like Undertaker, Bret Hart, who else is in there? Like the people we grew up with, like old school wrestlers,
like Macho Man or like
Yokozuna's in there.
Okay, what about Roddy Piper or
Roddy Piper's in there? Yeah, and they all look a little funky. They look like Funko Pops, and I'm okay, it's a choice, but okay. And then I played it, and the intro, like the arena entrance, I was like, okay. There's no SmackDown. Have you ever played wrestling games?
Yeah, mostly on like the 64.
Okay, so I was a PlayStation guy. We had SmackDown. You guys had Royal Rumble, and I was like, "Oh, Royal Rumble's so fucking good. SmackDown sucks." Where SmackDown was like the background of the wrestler entrance was just the video, and them like reacting to like the video.
Okay,
like the videos behind them, and them just like walking to the stage.
Sure,
no explosions, nothing. And then I saw Royal Rumble for 64, and I'm like, "Oh my god, actual like stage entrances. This is amazing." But the videos were all like JPEGs of the video,
yeah,
they couldn't, right? Anyways, I lost my train of thought again. Point is, I went into this game with an open mind, and it was trash.
Okay.
It was like, I don't know. I don't like when games explain too much. Like I'm like grapple, and it's like pauses the game. Press circle to do this. Press the back button and this button. I'm like, just fucking let me have at it.
Sure.
So I'm just like whatever, and I just felt like baby's first wrestling.
Okay.
But it's not because it's 2K, which means 2000. So it's not like it was just, I don't know what they were thinking with this. It's just weird.
A Plague Tale Innocence is out on
for
this.
PS5.
Yeah.
That's
for PS5. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that is the sequel. I was gonna say A Plague Tale's got a sequel coming out. So I forgot to collect Oddworld last month. I'm an idiot.
Awful.
I'll eventually get a PS5, right? I'm going to like to have played a 2D platformer. So
yeah,
I just forget. Cool. Virtual Fighter 5 is going to be around. That's awesome. Okay, let's talk about the Switch OLED.
Hey, can we get a Switch Pro? No. How about an OLED version? Oh, faster CPU? Nah. Better frame rate? Nah. Better graphics? Nah. Higher resolution? Nah. Joy-Con drift stops? Nah. Different Joy-Cons? Nah. What's different?
Just the
screen. How big?
But
it's not this big.
To be fair, it's not like Nintendo hyped this up in any way at all. Like,
I know, it's all the people.
It's all leaks. It's all like it's entirely out of Nintendo's control. Because they didn't even attempt to make a deal of this at all. It almost feels like they were able to just get like one last, like the DSi XL. You know what I mean? Like,
what is this?
It's just it's so Nintendo. It's exactly what they always do. So
I would have been very sad if it was like the Pro came out, and I would be like, "Oh, I just got my Switch." Actually, I almost had my Switch for 2 years now. It feels like I still just bought
brand
it.
new.
Right.
Because
I would have been very sad. I would have been like, "Oh, man."
Uh, if my Switch breaks, I would get this one. But
Yeah,
you know, I don't think anybody, very few people, of course, are going to upgrade to this. So it's just nice to have maybe a better SKU out there as far as
I guess.
if you're a handheld player. If I played all the time in handheld, I actually might consider this because I have a launch one, so I have that really shitty battery life.
Okay, so it's not just me. I think mine's the first model one too.
Yeah, there is. It looks the same, but there was like a second iteration that gives you like 6 hours of battery life. I can't play Skyward Sword. I can't play Breath of the Wild for 2 full hours without.
Oh, really? Okay, mine's not that bad. But I mean, it's good. I don't really understand the OLED screen. Isn't the Vita OLED the 1st one? And I have that, and I people are like, oh, it's great. The blacks are blacks, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what's the difference. I really don't. All I see is fingerprints and dust, so to me, it makes no difference.
If you go from a shitty screen to on the Vita, I guess I don't necessarily see it that much, even though it is like nice. But I think if you were to go A/B, if you had the old OLED one and the newer Vita or whatever, I think you'd be able to tell the difference.
Maybe, yeah.
But like it's nominal to the point where you will adjust to the LCD one that's got a little more gray to it. Your brain will like.
It's like when you watch HD, not HD. You're like, man, that's blurry as fuck. How did I put up with it?
It's not like that. It's more like HDR, not HDR.
Yeah.
So cool. Yeah, I don't know. It looks cool. I like that it's white. I like that there's an Ethernet port.
Yeah, they work that cool. So stupid. I don't understand Nintendo. Hey,
I love that they're
cables.
So stupid. I love it. They're adding cables where everyone's trying to go away from them now. They're the best.
Nintendo sure is Nintendo. Aren't you, Nintendo? Yes, we are Nintendo. Thanks. Can we get a new Metroid 4? Nah. How about a Dread? What the fuck is that? It's part 5. What are you doing? Like, just give us Mother 3. That's all everyone wants. Nah. Okay, fine. Fuck you.
Someday. Have you followed the Super Mario Kart selling for $1.5 million?
I haven't followed it, but everyone in my circle of life made sure to send me this text message about it. Hey, Kevin, do you have this game?
Here's what I couldn't understand about it, though.
Why?
Yeah, like, what is it? Is this like the no resale Zelda? Like, what is it about this sealed one that's rated a 9.8 or whatever? Like, what is it that could possibly...
Someone did it.
My favorite is all I see on, like, I haven't read any articles because it just seems uninteresting, honestly. But everyone's like, this is not legit. Like, this is money laundering, or this is a front. This is something nefarious, or the site that does the ratings of these games. It's a collusion to artificially drive up the market of rare games to try to make it so that it's more valuable to have it rated or authenticated.
Like, I'm part of a Facebook retro gaming group, which is when I buy stupid shit. And some guy keeps trying to sell, like, his Mega Man collection has been rated in, like, boxes, like 9.6 for, like, thousands of dollars. And I'm like, who cares? Like, I can't. I don't get that. Like, why? Who cares? I don't get. I'm just raging here. I'm not making any sense. It's just so stupid because it's like I want to actually own the game and play the game and open the game. Like I that's my collection. I don't like having it on the shelf unless it's a mini.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. I can't imagine having this and being like, see that motherfucker? Never been opened. Wow.
I'm with you, man. I'm sure that there's particular things that maybe, but not that I can think of. And
the world. What's that game called? World's the most famous Nintendo like Holy Grail game.
Oh, the World Stadium events.
That is like, I get it. There's like 8 of these in the whole world. That's cool to have.
That's actually artificial too. Like there's a lot more of those out there than people think.
Well, there's reprints of them, no?
No,
There's the gray ones.
yes,
And there's gold
100%. No, real authentic ones. There was only like 8 to be known, and then some dude was sick of seeing the prices and showed a whole. He had a whole box of them. He had like 24 of them.
Oh, really?
He's like, the market is out there. Like hundreds probably still exist, not like 8.
It's the same thing with anything like hockey cards, like Pokemon cards. How the hell is Pokemon cards worth anything?
Well, that's kind of what I wanted to ask you, actually. Like, so I used to have this opinion. I still do, but I used to. It was in the retro cartoon podcast Facebook group, and I would always say that video game collecting, the market's going to crash pretty aggressively, and because people are just not going to be interested anymore. They're like, there's not going to be more supply, and I'm like, well, there's no more supply of like 90s baseball cards, and that market like ran out too. Right. And there will always be a couple that are super rare, but for the most part, I would think that the market will crash. And my thing I want to get to is I think this is an indication of what I'm talking about. And because it used to be that what was it, like Air Raid or something on Atari was the most expensive cart. And then that one Mario that, for whatever reason, was rated and sold for whatever reason a little while ago. It feels like it's just shifting along. Like, it feels like the SNES and NES, there's no game in those eras that will ever be the highest selling game now. Do you know what I mean? So it feels like that market's crashing. Like, there will never be an Atari or NES or SNES game that's the most expensive game of all time. Like,
because of this, you mean? Because Earthbound's still considered one of the most expensive SNES games to have.
It's only $100, $130.
Not for like a sealed box one.
Is it millions of dollars? How? Okay.
Not millions.
Well, okay. Well, my point is, like, isn't that the market moving, like, on, like, if the potential for a NES or Super Nintendo game or an Atari game, do you think it's possible for one of them to sell for more than $1.5 million at some point?
No. God, no.
So there will probably not be another N64 game that sells for this, right?
No.
But
Super Mario 64 will be the topper, which is funny.
Yeah, and now we're moving, right, and then we will move into like the digital stuff, and I don't think that anything necessarily. I don't think there's a Dreamcast game or a 360 game or something like that, or a PS2 game.
There's a Zelda that sold for 870,000, close to $1 million.
That's pretty
NES game,
but that's only half of this almost. You know what I mean? It's like 45% of it. So I do think that people that are our age that cared about the NES and the Super Nintendo, I think all of us have kind of satiated. We've gotten the carts that we've wanted for the most part. There's very, very few of us that have any interest in a full, complete collection in anything.
No.
Where there used to, 10 years ago, there was enough people out there that were legitimately going for it.
And like when it comes to my retro game collection, I usually want to buy the games I already owned. And if I just happen to see a game for cheap, I'll buy it. Like I won't pay $45 for Pac-Man Adventure 2. Like that, I love that game. The new Pac-Man Adventure, sorry. But if I see it for $20 on the street somewhere, like a yard sale, I'll pick it up for $20. But that's because I want it. Exactly. I know it's not worth $20.
Yeah.
But if I do happen to see, like a buddy of mine dropped off a bunch of SNES games, I bought like 6 games for $50. There weren't games I necessarily wanted, but I mean, I'm like $10 each.
That's a good deal. Exactly.
Right? But I'm not.
Isn't that an indication of the market kind of crashing a bit? The interest is down for that era of games, and in 15 years. I bet we look back and that new group of young rich people that are idiots and spending money on this stuff, they'll want to spend what they were 8 years old with, and maybe it's the Pokemon cards of today or whatnot. Or I just feel like even though this sold for $1.5 million, I think this is like the end of the retro gaming. It feels like the beginning of the end of old cart games being worth a whole lot.
I think it's gonna make people buy more games at this price.
That's the speculation. That's why they think they did this. Is that it's going to make people think
within like the last month.
Yeah, that's the point that the other side would be making, is that This is just showing that the market is super hot, and you can get in now. Like, just because Bitcoin was $10,000 last year, it's $50,000 now. You should have gotten in.
See, I think whoever bought this doesn't know shit about games. They're a dude with a lot of money who saw something very expensive and bought it just to say they own it. Just like that guy who bought that imaginary sculpture.
I don't think that's very likely. I think there was somebody that wanted. I think they had ulterior motives in acquiring that specific game. I tend to believe
laundering. Obviously, that's something to do with this,
but... or having an interest in the rating company succeeding. Like, this is good publicity for the rating company, and this is helping validate them. So what if the buyer is in on having an interest in that being the case? You know, what if they do have other games and this helps inflate the prices? I just think that the fact that it's an N64 game and Super Mario 64, that's the thing that has me going, this is falling apart. This is like...
It came free console.
Yeah, there's something weird about that just I'm like, I don't know.
Like, if it's based on rarity or oldness, I would expect ColecoVision games and Atari games to be in like the thousands range.
Totally.
They're not. You can buy one off eBay for like $7 if you want.
Or the 6-pack of SNES games you just talked about.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff just happens. And 64 games over the last 5-6 years have gone up in price because because that's the kid's age. Like, that just makes sense.
Right.
And that's gone away. That's, completely going away with all the digital download games, and no one values
discs. That's the thing. It's not a rarity. Like, with all the emulators and stuff, it's not like you haven't played it before.
But that's why everyone's eyebrows are being raised over, well, it's because it was rated. And that's the thing that seems suspicious, right?
Right. But again, a dude once bought an imaginary sculpture. So it's like people with money just buy stupid shit.
That is true.
Right, like that's the way I looked at it.
I guess I don't think this is like the stereotype of like some Saudi prince that has like $40 bajillion a day like at his room to spend. I really feel like this is probably more nefarious than that.
Maybe.
Either way, I'm glad I got the carts that I wanted when I did. On the collecting.
Like I'm not buying NES titles because I have like, I don't know, 70 games already. NES.
Yeah,
games
what's a cart that you like still wish you had? I could count on one hand what carts I really wish I had that I don't.
I have all of them. I have all the carts that I want. Really,
I would like Mega Man 1, 5, and 6. I don't have those. I would like those.
For NES, I can't think of.
I don't think I have all 3 Ninja Gaidens. I think that would be fun.
Like, I would expect Mike Tyson's Punch-Out to sell because they stopped making that.
That is more valuable than the Mr. Dream one, I think.
Right.
Yeah. And I did get a cart of that. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think the people are losing. Maybe it's because of my perception. I don't follow a lot of retro gamers on YouTube anymore, and I used to a lot.
Yeah.
So maybe the market is it's gone crazy still, and it's really strong, and I'm dead wrong. And I'm just paying attention to other stuff.
Especially for this selling after Super Mario 3D All-Stars came out. You know what I mean? Like, there's still another way to play Super Mario 64.
Yeah, so it's definitely not about the game. I don't know. It's crazy. So, alrighty. Now, for the thing we really needed to talk about this week. Nickelodeon here. We'll do some more news just because we need a theme song to hear how cool this is. Kevin, why don't you click on IGN's one article this month?
Nickelodeon's All-Star Brawl was announced today. And I saw it, and I was like, I don't really know that many Nickelodeon characters. Turns out I do.
I was going to say, what?
I forget who's Nickelodeon and who's Cartoon Network. We don't have Cartoon Network, so I don't know who's what. So I watched the trailer, and I have a daughter now.
I'm watching the trailer now. Michelangelo looks awesome.
So you have the Ninja Turtles.
I don't know who Lincoln Loud is.
He's
the Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy.
Powdered Toast Man. So the Loud House.
Sandy Cheeks. I recognize that character.
Sandy Cheeks is from SpongeBob.
Okay. There's Squidward.
Squidward's obviously in there. Or Squidward or Patrick?
Patrick.
Patrick.
Oh, Our Real Monsters, the Hey Arnold dad.
Paulina. No, he's from Thornberries. That's not.
Oh, okay.
But speaking of Hey Arnold, you'll see soon. If you're watching the trailer live with us, our live reactions right now.
Show named Lucy, I don't know. There's SpongeBob.
Lucy's from Loud House as well. SpongeBob's in there as well.
Helga. She's
Helga from Hey Arnold.
Oh, Reptar. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Reptar from Rugrats. Okay, so your reaction right now, that's pretty much all the characters. They're going to announce Invader Zim, which I don't know who it is. Danny Phantom, I don't know who that is. Okay, so you basically saw all the characters. It's Smash Brothers with no Nickelodeon characters. And I was like, who do I know from Nickelodeon? And then when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, right, Ninja Turtles are Nickelodeon. Technically, now they are. I don't know if they always were. I don't think they were from the 80s.
I don't think they were either. I think they were.
Hey Arnold is Nickelodeon, which I love. Hey Arnold. Our Real Monsters, Nickelodeon. The Loud House, again, I have a daughter, so now I watch these cartoons. And the Loud
I would have
House
liked
is
Pork
Nickelodeon.
Chop or Skeeter.
I was thinking Doug. That'd be awesome. Skeeter would be rad to have in there. But they're going to announce more characters, and it looks like a pretty good Smash clone. Which the only Smash clone I can think of is the PlayStation All-Stars, which was terrible.
I know. So you would hope that they wouldn't have picked All-Star as their name. It's a bad omen.
Right. But I don't expect the world from this game either. I will pick it up.
It's going to come to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and X, Xbox X and S, Xbox One, and Switch this fall.
So it's coming to everything. And I was very happy to see Reptar in there. I don't imagine Rugrats being in there because then they're going to be beating up a baby.
Why don't they let Raphael and
well, they're probably in there. Most likely they're in there.
They're not on the current roster. Just Mike and Leo are.
Right. But you can't have two.
I would hope. Actually, give me Bebop or Rocksteady instead of one of those other two guys.
Yep, that's good. Or what's his face?
Krang.
The guy with the little eye. No, the Shell Shock. What's his name? Slash.
I don't know Slash.
I love Slash. But yeah. And I was looking at it going, okay, I don't know who Danny Phantom is.
I feel like I've seen commercials. It was a familiar looking character.
But I was like, I don't know these characters. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm playing Smash Brothers. I'm like, who the fuck is Fire Emblem?
Oh,
who the fuck is half these? Right? So half the characters in Smash Brothers, I'm like, I don't know who you are. Whatever. This Nickelodeon game looks good. It looks fun. It looks like a beat 'em up that I can play with my daughter where she knows the characters this time.
This is fun. This is cool. This looks like it has just a ton of charm. It just looks
right. And just to see like Helga Pataki in there or Reptar from Rugrats, I'm like, that's awesome.
The fact that it's Rugrats is a great pull. Like that is such a good choice.
But I think they can't have the babies because they don't want you beating up on babies, so they chose the dinosaur instead.
Well, if there's any weapons, Stu would have been a good pick with all of his inventions and stuff. Huh?
You know how old Stu is?
Right now?
No, I mean in the show.
No.
33.
God, he was like 58 still in my mind.
Right. But he was like 33. And I'm like, oh, you already you own a business, you have a house. I gotta hate my life. But yeah, this looks like fun. I wonder if they're gonna have like smash attacks, like ultimate smashes or whatever the hell they're called.
Probably.
I don't know. I just can't wait to see the roster because I'm like, Powdered Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy.
Another good cut. Like that's awesome.
Choice. Like I would like to have the horse, the one that goes no sir.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Like I would like to have him in there. That's so cool.
Or just
turns out I know more. No,
he's like just a fucking log.
An assist trophy.
Yeah. Cool.
So yeah, that was announced today, and that is all for news.
All right, Kevin, man. So, what you been playing?
So thankfully, I already spoke about 2 out of the 4 games I've played already. So I finally finished Final Fantasy X.
Woo!
After 20 years and 7 copies of this game that I have attempted. Let's see, PS2, Vita, PS3. I bought the HD remaster. Not PS4, and Switch. So yeah, 6 copies of the game I've tried. I tried 6 times of this game. Well, I tried many times, but I played 6 versions of this game. And I raged at the last boss because it was hard, as the last boss is supposed to be. And he did that whole thing where he turns into a second life form, a second stage, being an RPG, of course. I'm like, finally, I only have this much health left. And I killed him. Oh, level 2. And I'm like, there's always a level 2. And I don't know. I posted videos on Twitter. You can see them where you can see how much bullshit the game is. Where he's like, / kill all characters, / all characters, recharge himself, / all characters. I'm like, what am I can't attack, I can't block, I can't do anything. This is bullshit. So I went in there and cheated my way and grinded. I actually grinded in this game, like went back and just fought like big enemies and put on a podcast and like just grinded for like 4 hours and leveled up and all that. And then I did it without expecting it. It was, of course, it was like unexpected because I'm like, let me just pick this up and play.
Yeah.
And then I beat it. And then like it was in the middle of the day and Hannah wanted to play Minecraft. I'm like, no. You can't because it didn't save. It hasn't saved in like 3 hours. But like I beat the last boss, but there's still like you have to let all the summons go and you got to defeat them one by one. And it takes a long time. It's supposed to be emotional. I'm just like, get to the end. Get to the ending. I already beat the boss. Just get to the end. And I finished it. And I was like, thank God. I finally saw the game. I enjoyed it. It was great. It's probably my top 5 Final Fantasy X. Number 1 is still number 8. And then I forgot that I have X2 on the same Switch thing.
I was going to say, you going right into the sequel?
No. I am taking a break from RPGs for now because I still have 7, 8, and 9 to play on the Switch, which I will get to eventually because I am too busy with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That's right. You like that segue, eh? Right in there, right into your shelf.
Was flawless.
After 2 years of Smash Bros. Ultimate, I finally finished Adventure Mode. It was 35 hours of repetitive nonsense. Who thought this was a good idea? Now, I love Brawl. Brawl is my favorite Smash Bros. Because it had a story mode. And story mode had cool cutscenes of Pikachu and Solid Snake running together. And that was cool. Smash Adventure Mode doesn't have that. It doesn't have anything. No story, no text, nothing. Just a hand floating and you defeat it. Don't know why I did that. And it's just repetitive. 35 hours of this bowl. And I get to what I thought was the ending, only to open up a rift in time space and open up the Dark World. Now it's cool that you can like battle on levels and like say Castlevania's dungeon or like Kirby's Dreamland, and it's just a background. What's inside doesn't matter because it's repetitive nonsense that goes on and on and on. And then of course the last boss is multiple phases, just like Final Fantasy X. So I couldn't stop once I made it to the end. And you know who my main character was during this whole game?
Kirby.
No, Pac-Man. Oh. And then in the last boss, because I only have 3 lives out of nowhere, so they randomly choose another character. You know who was standing in the credits at the last boss when I beat the game?
Pac-Man? Or
you wish
Blinky?
It was Pac-Man.
Blinky?
You wish? Who's that?
Like one of the ghosts.
No, you wish it was a character that I would have chosen. What's the most anticlimactic character to have chosen for this giant adventure to be standing there at the end credits in full 3D?
Toad?
What's a character you're like, why would you do that?
Toad?
That would look stupid at the end.
I guess it's not Toad. Pikachu?
You're not going to get it. Duck Hunt, dog.
Duck Hunt. Kind of like that. Was he laughing? Or does he laugh or cry?
He laughs.
I feel like he cried. But I always felt like he cried that it got away. But then, then the internet came around and they thought he was laughing at him.
Yeah, they were laughing at you for missing.
I thought he was crying because you missed. Like he wanted the duck. He was hungry.
Oh, that's a nice way to look at it. But yeah, so I beat the game, saw the ending, went, and I apparently got the good ending. There's 3 endings. I'm like, what are you talking about? I just kept doing shit until shit happened. And it was very painful. And then I tried to go to, I'm like, okay, well, I'm finished adventure mode. Let me go play the actual game. I've never actually played the game online. And I don't have half the characters. I have like 10 characters. I'm like, I guess somewhere in adventure mode, I could unlock characters. But I'm like, you could also unlock characters by just playing. Why would anyone in their right mind ever 100% adventure mode, let alone do it 3 times? Now, I'm doing it on Binding of Isaac.
You don't have internet connection.
3 times, though? It is brutal. It is one of the worst adventure modes I've ever played. And again, 2 years. I got this game 2 years ago, and I just stopped playing because I was like, I'm bored.
Sure.
But I picked it up again because I played it at my brother's house, and I was like, let me go through adventure mode. How far do I have to go? 35 hours. That's a long time to do the same thing. You know what was the most painful part? Entering a new level because the loading time. It's like Pac-Man versus Mario. Loading. Ready? Start. And I'm like, all right, cool. All right, die. Defeat. Continue. Rematch.
Loading.
Oh God, it's terrible. So I recommend playing this game on the Switch OLED because it's faster processor.
Yes.
And that's all the games I've been playing.
So funny. I played a little bit more Knockout City. I'm to the point now where I just don't win frequently enough, so I'm not having as much fun. Yeah, I'm at that Rocket League. I guess I'm done with that game. Kind of.
This game's fun. Lose 7 times. This game sucks.
Yeah. So yeah, and then I wanted to mention Hot Shot Racing. Damez commented that Jason Heine, someone that I've talked about on this podcast before, used to be the EMU emulator on YouTube was his handle, and now he's Heine House Entertainment. Anyways, he's someone I've been subscribed to for probably 10 years or so now on YouTube. But he did the soundtrack for Hot Shots Racing.
Oh, cool.
And he, I've talked about another game of his that I bought called like Horizon Shift or something like that he did the soundtrack for. And if there was anybody that would just know exactly how you needed to do a Sega from the mid-90s racing game, it would be this dude. So that's probably why the feel is so good in Hot Shot Racing. So if you did you try it?
I downloaded it, and then I saw Space Jam Legacy. Like,
oh,
get the fuck out of my way here.
We'll keep it downloaded. Just don't totally play it. It is cool. Mario Golf, I'm kind of feeling pretty similar. It's all credits, kind of what you're talking about. That it's just empty. Like there's no good grind. There's no good like collect all these items. There's no.
I feel Mario Tennis. I'm like, there's no
stars.
soul.
Yeah, and then I've tried 2 different times to play against people online. I've gotten disconnected.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm not even finishing rounds. Like I wanted some of that. Mario Kart is monotonous as hell, right? But something about it gets me hooked, and I just love it. And I like golf games.
Mario Kart's like colors and music.
Yeah.
And golf is just like quiet, right?
No, okay, yes, but there is a little bit of detail to golf. Like, with this club, if I hit the right stick at the right time, it'll go past that tree, then bend around, but then I have a little backspin, so it'll stop where I need to be. Like, the bones of this game are fantastic. And they just have nothing there.
Right.
If I had, a roommate or a sibling or something like that I was with all the time, oh my God, I'd play the shit out of this game. It'd be awesome. If I had someone to play with all the time. But something about the grind of Mario Kart I love, and I just don't get that from this, and I thought that I would.
And there's rewards in Mario Kart, too. Like, even though they're dumb, it's like you get cool carts, and you know what I mean?
Different wheels, different gliders, all that kind of stuff. There's just not a lot of that in this. So.
And I was thinking, and I wasn't thinking shit. I heard on a podcast, Video Game Apocalypse I listened to, they're talking about Mario Golf. And he's saying, have you ever tried playing Mario Golf with Joy-Con drift? It is one of the worst feelings in the world.
Oh, I bet.
You're like, because you got to use the left stick to, like, I guess, do the pressure. Or...
I mean, yes, you use the left stick. It would fuck you, yes.
Yeah, so that's what he's saying. He's trying to go, like, slowly, and then it goes whoop to the left. He's like, no.
Well, like, it's not that it goes slowly. Like, so, you have, like, the power, right? And then when you go again, you can hit left or right as the meter is going so that you can have it, like, hook or slice.
Yeah.
So if you have Joy-Con drift, you're always going to be, like, pushing a hook. You'll always push it left.
And I was thinking, because I have
that would entirely break the game. I haven't had that. I'm going to be devastated when it does happen to me.
Yeah, it sucks. Playing Binding of Isaac, I'll like put the control, like I'll put.
Because there's no guarantee a new set's going to fix it. Like, it's just all a lottery. It either happens or it doesn't.
Right. I was thinking I have $20 of gold coins, and I want to pre-order the Ninja Turtle game whenever that comes out, because I want to spend this before it expires, right?
Ooh, but you're gonna get it on the Switch. Pre-order.
Of course, I'm gonna get it on the Switch.
Something tells me it needs to be. I know. Sometimes it needs. Oh, is it only Nintendo?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
The only announcer for Nintendo Switch.
Gotcha.
But I was gonna say, which now you're kind of making me sad. That's gonna be one game for sure. You and me will be playing together.
Yes.
Ninja Turtle game. Like, I can't wait.
It's just not gonna run very well. That's all right, but yeah, that'll be fun. We'll absolutely do that. Yeah. That'll be cool. I'm super pumped to do that. And then I did. I for some reason played a little bit of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
Fun, eh?
It's a fun game. I can see.
I love that game.
I never got into that game, but I've played, I don't know, maybe like an hour. Let's say I've done like 6 or 7 events, right?
Yeah.
So I've been the cop a few times. I've been the racer a few times. It's fun. I see
It is
why
fun.
people like it. So, and it's Need for Speed a Hot Pursuit remaster or something like
Yeah,
that.
which is weird because I don't like cars. Like I don't care about cars in real life.
I
I
don't
like
either, but I love racing games.
right. That's what I was gonna say. Like I like old classic cars, the ones with the wheels on the side for some stupid reason on the passenger side. Like those old classic, like turn on with a crank kind
Oh
of
yeah, yeah,
cars.
yeah. Sure, like the Model
I
Ts
like
and
those,
stuff.
and
Yeah,
I like American muscle cars. Just they just look cool.
sure.
But otherwise, I don't care about cars. But I love racing games.
Me
It's
too.
weird.
Oh, that does remind me. One of the games announced sometime recently for Nintendo is they are coming out with a new Cruising game, and I used to love Cruising 64.
Oh, cruising's fun,
Yeah,
especially in the arcade.
yeah,
Cruising. And
yeah.
you like press a bunch of buttons, you get like a Jaguar or something. Oh, so good.
Cool. I don't remember that.
There's secret cars, man.
That's awesome.
Do you like Cruising USA or do you like what was it? Cruising
There was
World?
Cruising World. I liked USA better on
Me too.
64. And then lastly, I don't know why I just got in the mood to play Portal. So I downloaded
Yes,
Portal
I'm playing
1.
Portal 2 right now as we speak.
I just started playing. Have you finished it or saw credits on Portals before?
Yeah.
Okay,
I spoke
okay.
about it a couple weeks ago.
Um, man, it just holds up still so well. It just feels
Right.
so good to play Portal.
So I finished Portal 1 and then because I think I told you I got Hannah into the music of Portal.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
So I'll play Portal 2 now. I'm on chapter 8 and there's 9 chapters.
Okay.
And I'm almost at the ending. And Portal 2, to me, is still one of the best games ever made.
Yes.
Like, it is just, like, even the multiplayer is fun as its own thing. The multiplayer is basically your Portal 3. You've completed Portal 2, right?
Oh yeah, a couple times.
So I made on my top 10 back in the day at paranerds.com, top 10 games that should be announced at E3, and one of them was Portal 3, except for the O, I put a moon there because they kind of hint at that at the end of Portal 2. How cool would that game be with the moon physics?
It'd be awesome.
Oh, you're here. Come over here. Come here. Come here.
It would be awesome.
Do you like Portal?
Yes.
Do you like Portal 2?
Yes.
Who's your favorite character in Portal 2?
Really?
Right on. Get out of here.
Wheatley.
Yeah,
my business partner, his name's Wheatley. And,
Oh, really?
And he hasn't played Portal, so it hurts. It hurts.
So that's I can't play it because she wants to watch me play, right? 'Cause she likes the story. She
Sure,
likes
yeah.
Because he is funny. They're just funny characters. And yeah, it's been like the 10-year release since Portal 2, like a couple days ago.
God, that's crazy.
And that came out during the PlayStation hack, PlayStation 3. Remember that?
I do.
And do you remember what other game came out during that time?
It was it was either like was it Counter? No. Hold on. SOCOM?
No, a big game that came back for the first time in a long time in like 3D graphics, and it was actually really good.
Oh, I thought
Portal?
huh?
It was Portal and something else, another game, Mortal Kombat 9.
Oh, dude, no. One game got entirely fucked. I think it was a shooter that got totally
Oh,
screwed.
yeah, got screwed. I'm saying these two games came out at the same time during a
okay,
PS3
okay.
hack, which sucked because I owned both games and couldn't play either of them online.
Gotcha.
And I called my podcast at the time Portal Combat.
But don't.
I'm just full of cleverness around here. But yes, I can't wait.
Every once in a decade.
Right.
You're due for
And I
another
even
one.
watched the voice actor of GLaDOS singing "Still Alive" at like Comic-Con one time, and it's cool. Like watching, like you could tell like the voice actor really has a soft spot for GLaDOS.
Sure. Cool.
Oh god, Portal's so good.
So
And sorry, weird thing happened. I'm playing Portal 2. I put my Xbox on sleep mode,
okay.
and then I returned to it, and it picked up from where I left. It's a 360 game.
Wait, say it again.
I was playing Portal 2.
Okay.
I put my 360 in sleep mode. I saved it. I turned it back on from sleep mode, and it picked up where I left. It's a 360 game. I know. I feel like I'm saying a riddle. 360 games don't boot you back up. They usually start from the beginning.
Maybe there's like a PC like save feature where it saved frequently enough.
I don't know. It was really cool though. I was like, oh, okay, we're here. We're where I left off.
Yeah, but I'm with you. I thought that was just not something that was possible.
Unless there was an update that I'm not familiar with.
Could be.
But whatever. That was cool. Anyways.
Alrighty. That's gonna be it for that's it for the news and what we've been playing and all that. So we got a couple of comments, and we're gonna call it a show. We've got Damez. Okay, this is controversial potentially.
Okay.
One, he says Fruit of the Looms are the best cheap underwear. Fact. And briefs. I'm guessing. Briefs is what I'm guessing. I'm more of a boxer brief person, but whatever. As long as you keep shit off your pants, what's it matter, right? Just wear underwear.
Well, I do go commando at night. I just wear pajama pants.
Oh yeah, for sure. Fuck yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna waste a perfectly good underwear for sleeping. Get the fuck out of here.
Hell no.
I'm gonna wash it.
No, I don't need support when I'm laying down. All right.
Or in general, because I'm tiny.
PS Now is better than the Game Pass, bros. Even when you check just the installable PS Now games, it's straight up and arguably better. Yearly subscription is cheaper too. If I get a PS5, I will feel like this is a challenge. I will sign up for a year and see which one I'm drawn to.
The thing is, there's no PS3 games I want to play. But I did check and see that the PS3 on PlayStation Now does have Splatterhouse, where Game Pass does not allow Splatterhouse to work.
I guess where I'm at is I see all these big games coming out from Microsoft that I know are coming to Game Pass, and I know that's definitely coloring my enthusiasm for it, where I don't see that on the horizon for PS Now.
Game Pass has new releases where PlayStation Now does not.
I'm so excited for Halo Infinite because I just get to play it. I would not, and you know me, I'd have to wait for a couple of different Halos because I can't play them in any sort of order. But if Infinite came out and I had to pay a lot, I probably would hold off or wait a bit. I waited a long time for Master Chief.
Do you remember when PlayStation Now had a rental fee on it?
Oh, yeah.
You had to pay for the subscription, and then you had to rent the game
for like
itself.
It was like $8 for like 3 days or something. It was like
$4 for 4 hours or something stupid like that.
Brutal. Yeah.
Oh man, that was
that's interesting though, Tomas. I'll have to research that a little bit more. But
PlayStation Now was good if you're like, I don't know.
It was interesting. Like I guess I had been so flippant and dismissive of that as even a possibility that.
Well, it's because the PS3 games you download, the PS4, PS3
is PS4 stream. Games in it, isn't it?
Yeah, but you download PS4 games. The PS3 games are streaming.
Oh, okay.
Or Game Pass, you download that shit.
Or stream it. They're streaming options too.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah. If you download Game Pass on your phone, you can stream it. That maybe I don't know if you have to have the Ultimate or not. I don't know if base Game Pass has that. I don't know. It works okay.
Well, I mean, PlayStation Now has Splatterhouse. Game Pass does not. So therefore,
I mean, at the end of the day, Dumbass is right. Play sounds better. Yeah. He says, I fucked up. I did not see the last podcast launch, so he watched these two podcasts back to back. That sucks for you.
How dare you?
Good thing they were shorter ones then. So yeah, that's going to be it for the show.
Did you do a podcast comment in the last podcast? He said he listened to them both.
That was the Fruit of the Looms. That was the only comment we got.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So, I want to thank Zarek. Zarek, check out his Twitch channel and gaming channel, XEARRIK Gaming.
He's a cat.
He is a cat.
A literal cat.
It's weird. It's nice.
Yeah,
it's the first cat that I really like. Normally I'm not a cat person.
Oh, my cat's still missing.
So. I love it. Ooh. He's bringing someone else happiness.
It's true.
In heaven.
God.
In heaven, yeah. Alrighty, that's going to be it for the show. I want to thank Ben Landis very much for letting us use his music for intro, and Cubby for letting us use his stuff for outro music. If you'd like to leave us a review, that would be sweet. I don't think people do that anymore, but if you see our podcast somewhere and you download it and you're still listening, think about giving us a review.
Might as well. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's not going to hurt anything. People will know you listen to a crappy podcast, but, it'd mean a lot to us.
So, I checked our reviews on the Canadian podcast app, and there's only one that gave it like 5 out of 5.
Was it Pair Nerds?
That was me.
Yeah. Not a lot of... We get Canadian downloads, not a lot of Canadian reviews. We don't have that many on the American side either, so... Anyways, I want to thank everybody very much for listening to episode 344 of the Classic Elite Podcast, and we'll see y'all soon for episode 345.
Bye.
Bye. Boosh.